a certainty every living creature must face. It brings sorrow to the survivors. Yet in the wild, it is more than an end. Death is part of natural selection. Shaping life itself, it can provide hope for the next generation, or even for entirely different species. Some species meet the end in service of the next generation. In their final moments, they provide nourishment, protection, or guidance, ensuring that life continues even when they themselves cannot. One of the most striking examples can be found in the hidden world of spiders, where the ultimate act of motherhood is written in sacrifice itself. The story you're about to witness may seem harsh, yet it is a testament to nature's most profound strategy, life preserved through selfless death. From the moment she lays her eggs, the female begins to decline. Her body weakens as she invests every remaining reserve into her brood. Within the colony, maternal sacrifice is not tragedy, it is strategy. As her organs liquefy, she emits vibrations across the web, resembling a struggling insect. Instinct draws her spiderlings toward her, a phenomenon known as matrophagy, where the mother becomes the first meal of her offspring. The nutrient-rich fluid fuels their growth and ensures survival. Once the mother is gone, the young turn to other adults, consuming them in turn. What remains is a new colony, sustained by sacrifice, a chilling yet perfect expression of evolution's most selfless instinct. Across the ocean, another mother sacrifices herself, not for her immediate colony, but for her brood in a different environment. Female octopuses stop feeding after laying their eggs. For weeks or even months, she remains motionless in her den, tending to each egg with meticulous care, cleaning away debris, fanning water to provide oxygen, and guarding them against predators. Her body slowly deteriorates from starvation and exhaustion, her skin pale and fragile as the demands of motherhood overwhelm her. Yet she continues tirelessly, driven by instinct and the imperative of survival for her offspring. When the hatchlings finally emerge, she can no longer sustain herself. Death comes quietly, a natural culmination of devotion. In the vast and perilous ocean, her sacrifice ensures the next generation can navigate a world teeming with predators. Evolution favors her devotion over longevity, a single life given entirely to the survival of many. In this selfless act, nature demonstrates that sometimes the ultimate measure of a species' resilience is not in the life of the parent, but in the life they leave behind. But far from the ocean floor, another creature begins its own final journey. One that ends not in the depths, but against the current of a river. Here, death comes not in stillness, but in struggle. Each year, salmon undertake an epic pilgrimage, a journey from the open sea back to the freshwater streams of their birth. Guided by chemical cues and the faint memory of their origins, they swim hundreds of kilometers upstream, leaping waterfalls and evading predators. Every muscle fiber burns, every ounce of stored fat consumed. By the time they reach their spawning grounds, their bodies are battered, their scales dulled, and their flesh deteriorating. Yet in their final moments, they lay and fertilize thousands of eggs, the future of their lineage scattered across the gravel beds. Soon after, their bodies surrender to exhaustion and decay. But death here is not wasteful. Their carcasses release a cascade of nutrients back into the ecosystem, nitrogen and phosphorus that feed algae, insects, and young fish. Bears drag their remains into the forest, where the soil itself grows richer from their sacrifice. Through their death, the ocean feeds the river, and the river feeds the forest, life renewed through death, an eternal migration written in the DNA of a dying traveler. As the salmon's journey ends in the cold rivers of the north, their bodies nourish a new generation of life. In these same waters, another creature's life begins, not with endurance, but with brevity. Where the salmon fights to the end, this one simply exists for a fleeting moment, a whisper in time. The mayfly, nature's most ephemeral life form. After spending up to 2 years underwater as nymphs, feeding and molting in the safety of the riverbed, they rise to the surface for one final transformation. In that brief moment, wings unfold, sunlight touches their fragile bodies, and the clock begins to count down. Adult mayflies live for mere hours, sometimes a single day. They do not eat. Their mouths are vestigial, sealed shut by evolution itself. Their purpose is singular: to mate, to lay eggs, and to vanish. Soon their delicate bodies fall back to the water, carpeting the surface like drifting petals. Fish, amphibians, and birds feast on this abundance. A sudden pulse of energy that sustains entire food webs. Even in death, they complete a cycle that binds river to sky, predator to prey, and life to decay. In nature's eyes, longevity is irrelevant, only continuity matters. These examples show that evolution does not favor mere survival. It favors the continuation of genes. If death guarantees the next generation, nature accepts the cost. In nature, death rarely marks an end. It marks the transfer. Every fallen body becomes a reservoir of energy, a banquet for others. Insects consume the flesh, fungi weave through the bones, and plants draw nourishment from what remains. Predators become prey, and even the mightiest are recycled by the smallest. Across forests, plains, and oceans, this exchange binds all living things into a single cycle, the endless conversion of death into life. In the wild, there are no funerals, no waste, no sorrow, only renewal. Across the planet, death feeds life in ways both subtle and dramatic. Sometimes it is not the body itself, but what it leaves behind, a gift of nutrients that shapes entire landscapes. On remote islands, seabirds perform this remarkable service. Their droppings, rich in nitrogen and minerals, fertilize plants, sustain insects, and transform barren soil into thriving ecosystems. Occasionally, when storms or harsh winters claim many at once, even mass mortality events reshape the very fabric of the island's life. In the wild, death is never wasted. It is a force that engineers life in the most unexpected ways. When a lion or hyena dies, scavengers such as vultures, jackals, and smaller carnivores descend immediately, consuming flesh and dispersing nutrients across the landscape. Microbes and detritivores break down tissues that larger animals leave behind, returning essential elements such as nitrogen, phosphorus, and carbon to the soil. This nutrient recycling supports plants, which in turn feed herbivores, creating a cascading effect that sustains life far beyond the predator's own existence. Even marine apex predators, like great white sharks, contribute in similar ways. When they die, their carcasses become nutrient hotspots on the seafloor, sustaining deep-sea communities for months. In every ecosystem, no death is wasted. Apex predators, though feared in life, become vital architects of life in death, a testament to the interconnected web of survival. From spider mothers to salmon, from fleeting mayflies to fallen predators, death feeds life. Nutrients, energy, and survival flow in cycles across generations and species. In nature, every end is part of a larger story, one where life continues, transformed by sacrifice. From the forests to the vast ocean's depths, sacrifice is written in the code of life. It is not tragedy, but strategy. In nature, survival is not about living forever. It is about ensuring something else does.